OK, well, let's get more now on our story in Tunisia, where one protester has been killed after police clash with hardline Islamists there. Nabila Ramdani joins me now, who is a writer on Arab affairs, and is here to take a closer look with me about what's happening. Nabila, good to see you. Thank you very much for being with us. Let's talk firstly about what's happened in the last 24 hours in Tunisia. Police clashing with this hardline group, Ansar al-Sharia. What do we know about them?
Well, they're a very extreme group, and in fact they're part and parcel of what is a trend in post-Arab Spring country, which has seen the rise of salafism, which is a very strict interpretation of Islam. And Ansar al-Sharia doesn't hide the fact that it supports terrorism and indeed groups like al-Qaeda. And there are fears within a Tunisian society that it seeks to promote a radical interpretation of Islam which could compromise individual freedoms, the rights of women, for example, and democracy in general.
I mean, these pictures we're seeing today, contrasting so much from those that we saw some 2.5 years ago with those celebrations and heralding a new time of change following, of course, the ousting of President Ben Ali. This is not what they expected to happen, is it?
Well, absolutely, and one shouldn't underestimate, what a sinister group Ansar al-Sharia is. For example, the Tunisian police blamed a Salafist for the assassination of a secular political leader back in February, and they are very much blamed for a change of the scenery in the political landscape in Tunisia. And but what this story testifies to is that it was never going to be easy to transition towards democracy. It was always going to be chaotic and indeed a bit volatile with the emergence of such groups. But behind the chaos and the angst, there are millions of Tunisians who are striving to support democracy and the establishment of new state organizations.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question to you, actually, because we should put this in context. Here we are looking at pictures taken from a suburb of Tunis where this fighting has broken out. But what I'm keen to find out from you is how much support this group actually has and where this leaves that idea of change that was very much bandied about 2.5 years ago.
Well, I think the sight of extremist Salafists fighting the forces of law and order is always going to send out a disastrous image of the situation in Tunisia. But I think that beyond that, there are millions of people who are working hand in hand to try and overcome what is essentially a hurdle on the path to democracy. And I think that this kind of story fits in with the narrative of those who want to perhaps belittle the Arab Spring and what it represented.
Yeah, interesting. OK, Nabila Ramdani, thank you so much. Thank you.